G'day, it's Mark and welcome back to the channel. And in this episode, we get our first real look at the 1957 Mercury Turnpike Cruiser. Really unusual car. I saw this car for sale quite a long time ago and then I sort of didn't go ahead and buy it. I can't remember the reason, maybe the price or something, but then I saw it advertised later and I sort of said to my friend Alex, sort of sorry I didn't buy that car. Anyway, it came up again for sale, and to cut a long story short, I ended up buying it. So let's take a look. So the 57 Mercury Turnpike Cruiser, it's almost from a styling point of view, it's like they collected all the dream car cliches in one place and put them all together and called it the Mercury Turnpike Cruiser. Even the name Turnpike Cruiser, it's I guess it's during that Eisenhower sort of freeway system period when, and also the space age and atomic age. And so a lot of these sort of 50s dream cars and, rockets and jets and science fiction and all this kind of stuff was going on in America. And this particular car, the guy I bought it off in California, he saw it originally in Redondo Beach, and the son of the original owner had it, and I think the father, whether he passed away, I guess he may have passed away, and so it was a little bit down on its luck, but it was an all original car sitting in California in the driveway, and then this guy bought the car and started doing a bit of work to it, and then I guess had it for quite a few years, and then I bought it from him. So I love the intakes above the front windscreen, which are air intakes. They've got little antennas on there. Just such an unusual feature. I'm not aware of any other car that has that. I love the back window. The glass is electric, and that sort of comes down at the back, so you can have sort of nice fresh air. The tail lights are placed in the fins, and then the other lights in the rear bumper are reflectors. The car, when I bought it, had it was just a very good original four-door hardtop, and but it had a few issues in terms of the front and rear bumpers were a little bit corroded, as you'd expect from a car of that age, and I was very lucky to be able to buy new old stock front and rear bumpers. And then while I was also on my trip in America on the 2026 road trip, make sure you do watch the full series of that if you haven't seen it. Just go to the playlist and look up 2026 USA road trip to watch those. There's even another earlier USA 2023 road trip. Again, if you're into that stuff, check it out. A lot of good cars, cool people and all the rest of it. So anyway, when I was at Big M Automotive in Williams, California, I was lucky enough to be able to get a part of the bumper bar that I was chasing down. So really happy with that. And, follow along down the track. I'll be doing some more work on this car and replacing some of those corroded parts with these new bumper parts, and just terrific car. But anyway, let's check it out upon arrival with Dave King when it's landed in Australia from California. Here's Dave King. I do all my shipping with Dave.
Howdy.
He looks after me, don't you, Dave?
We try.
He tries. Here's the Mercury Turnpike Cruiser. It's really cool, actually. Wow, what a beast. I got some parts for this while I was in America. Actually got, see how the bumper's all rusted? I've got new old stock rear bumper for it. So I can just literally unbolt that and put the new one on. And then I've got a new front bumper bar. And then one of the loops at the top was rusted, and I've got a loop when I was in the States. So it's unusual, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's, and those weird antenna things at the top.
Yes, the radio antenna.
Yeah, I love the mirror too, that's cool. What a beast. Just a guy owned it in California. He bought it from the original family, the son, from, is it Redondo Beach in California? He's got a photo of it when it was sort of just sitting in their driveway, kind of, a bit sort of down on its luck, but just an original car. And
it's interesting that it survived, because cars like this were what the hillbillies used for demolition derbies.
yeah.
And being a four-door.
And just be scrapped.
Just crash it.
I think maybe because it was a turnpike, maybe that might have soaked it.
Pillows too.
Yeah, look at the legroom's pretty good, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, I love this. This is really cool. I love it. The back window's electric too.
Oh, yeah, fold down like an El Camino, whatever they call it.
Goes down. Zzz. Trunk lids, I knew that was sort of a bit average, but you can put a patch in that. That's not a big deal. Old number plates on the back.
Definitely different.
It's very cool. They've even got a tacho in the instrument panel, you know that? Yeah, it's got a tachometer.
What is it, like a 272 white lock? Or a 312 or something?
No, it's bigger than that. 368. It's like a Lincoln engine, like a Mark II Lincoln. It's got a crack in the windscreen. Yeah, should do all right. Cool. There's the build plate. Dave's going to drop off the Turnpike Cruiser. Galaxy will do another time. Early next week, maybe. See how we go. Dave going to the bend. Shame the weather wasn't better, but we are in winter now here in Australia. So I've got a new rear bumper for this car, and that trunk lid, need to get that rust repaired, but there's a little bit of rust here and there, but nothing that I didn't already know about, and I think the car's terrific. Definitely a really nice survivor. Look at that beast. It's got the 368 V8, which is the Lincoln engine. Four-door pillarless sedan, I guess. Or four-door hardtop. Might be a more accurate description. It's any salt air from the shipping from America to Australia could be washed off with this this rain, I guess. Don't want to go past him. Beast. Dave's going to unload it now. Yeah, it's a very unusual car, that's for sure. It's got every dream car styling cliche troweled on. It almost doesn't look like a four-door. It looks like a two-door, the way it's been designed. You know, you kind of look at it and think, oh, is that a four-door or a two-door? Like, it's sort of... I'm sure that was purely intentional. Slightly down the left. Yeah, it's got a square steering wheel too, that's the other thing. Yeah, probably does. At least the sun's out now and it's not pouring with rain. Well, I've got a new one anyway. Hang on. just for the cleaning and stuff, they take all this sort of thing apart. They take all this apart and clean everything out here, so there's no plant matter or anything like that coming into Australia, so that's all fine. So I've screwed all this back in, and I've reassembled this and this. This needs some sort of a piece to sort of go across here. I've just topped up the power steering fluid. The coolant looks good. The oil looks fine. Looks like it may have a little bit of water in it. I don't know if that's from the cleaning or not, and probably looks a little over full, so I probably will change that sooner rather than later. Haven't tried to start it or anything like that yet. What else? It's got things that I knew, like the broken side window. I knew that. I can probably get some parts from Big M Automotive now that I've met John. And I've got a new bumper bar coming for it. I want to fix this rust here so it doesn't leak into the boot. Definitely want to fix that sooner rather than later. But what a terrific car. I mean, this handle should be facing forwards like that one. Look at this chrome inside, and the chrome bows and the headlining. Heaps of leg room in these too, which is really good. Nice and dry too, so it's not wet in there. You've got this emblem at the back, and this is the back windows is electric. And then you've got sort of the padded dash, and that obviously needs a bit of TLC. Got the original factory radio in there. You've got the factory tacho. Even these air things like a plane, you know, like these levers you sort of pull back on, and push button automatic as well. Interior hood release, mainly because the hood faces opens the other way. You've got these air vents here at the top, which is a kind of a unique feature of the Turnpike Cruiser. And you've got this one of those liquid style dashboards where the the colour changes as it goes up in speed. But new front windscreen probably needs one of those. Got a crack over there. I mean, it's not something I'm going to put on the agenda straight away. Same with the side glass. Yeah, I'll get around to it, but it's not super urgent. Love all the chrome inside. The other windows I think are pretty good. Nice big doors. Sit here. Yeah, I'm loving, I'm just sitting in the Turnpike Cruiser at the moment, and such a cool car. Plenty of headroom. It's a very low car, very low to the ground. And obviously it's an old car. It's very old. It's like, it's, how old is it? Like 70 years old, nearly 70. 1 year off 70, so 69 years old. It's amazing, really, it's still around. It's very comfortable. I don't know if these seats were redone, but maybe they were ages ago, but they feel really good, maybe a long time ago. But check out the instrumentation. I mean, these are the seats I was just mentioning then. Really nice. And some of this padding has sort of, seen better days, but it's still kind of intact. You've got this here, which is like a little glove box in the middle. It's not that big. I'm pretty sure it had a Mercury book in there, like an owner's manual, but that seems to have disappeared in transit. I don't know what happened to that. I'll have a look under the seats in case it's in there. This actually is a tachometer. You probably can't really see it very well. And, so that's already a clock, I should say. The tacho is, I think, in here with the instrumentation, but I think there's a tacho. It's either that one or this one. I've got to have a proper look. Fuel gauge, you've got Turnpike Cruiser here. Temperature gauge, you've got this speedo, as I said, which is a rolling sort of speedo. You've got the original radio, various, buttons. Now, this is a cigarette lighter. Now, when I bought the car, I know it had this sort of very crappy, broken off cigarette lighter. So I actually got a pretty close to a new old stock switch, and I'll probably do that with the others as well, because they're looking a bit secondhand. Probably need to get 1, 2, that's falling apart in my fingers. 3, I'm gonna need to get another 3 of those. And then you got the push button automatic. You got the pull off for park brake, push on for park brake. Okay. Then drive low. I think that's reverse, and that's neutral and start. So I guess you put your foot on the brake and press that to start the car. And then this is a park brake release, which I assume might light up. Then you've got these sort of levers for air here. which is kind of cool. So anyway, I'm going to disassemble this now and just sort of replace the lighter. So I need to replace that switch. The plastic's gone all horrible. And then I need to replace this one, same reason. Then if I move across, I need to replace this. And then I've replaced the lighter, so that's got a nice finish, although the surround doesn't fit. So I might have to re-look at that. Another nice feature, if you look at this machined instrument panel, it's that circular theme. That's really nice. Needs a good clean, but yeah, I like that. Then I also like how it says power steering in the, it's got the crest, which is the same. It badges the hood emblem and also what's in the back, behind the back window. So as I said, follow along with this car. There'll be updates. I'm not sure when the next update will be, but there will be updates as we do some more work on the car and fit the bumpers and things like that, and take it for a spin, hopefully, and see what it's like to drive. And anyway, look, I hope you enjoyed the episode. It's a very cool car, very unusual car. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, doesn't cost a cent. Please also hit the hype button. That just means more enthusiasts like yourself that are into cars get to see the video. And above all, please share on your social media platforms and subscribe with that bell notification. And that way, when new episodes are released, you'll be the first to know. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.